All right, so dumb question. Amnesty is 713-390-KRBE. So we ask a question, you're not really sure. What's up with that?
Well, what do we got?
What's up with that? Ooh-wee. If we don't know it off the top of our heads, we're going to look it up and find it. Hi, Sheila. Good morning. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We're good.
Sheila.
Oh, Sheila E. What's your question?
My question is, there are AAA batteries, AA batteries, C batteries, and D batteries. Why aren't there any B batteries?
I'm with you on that one,
aren't
Sheila.
those flat ones called
Why
B?
aren't there any B batteries?
What are those flat ones called for like calculators and
Those
stuff?
are like CR2430s or something.
They are CR.
There's no BR ones or...
Why aren't there any B batteries?
There were at one
What
point,
happened
but
to
they
the bees?
did not catch on commercially.
What does it say on the Googler?
And what they look like.
The first line of Google is what.
Why are
Ryan's
there
gonna
no
read.
batteries? Today I found
B
out.
batteries. Why are there no
There
B
actually
batteries?
are B batteries, but they aren't something that you'll usually see stocked at most stores any longer. Since the invention of the battery, there have been a pretty amazing diverse number of battery types, but the B battery just did not take off after World War I.
Wait,
They had to
I
make
know it's
World War
things
One? Wow.
with that
Yeah,
size.
that's like
I know
100 years ago.
AA and AAA. I can't think
An
of
A. Is there
Wait,
A?
What's their single?
Oh yeah, there's no A. There is no single
No.
A.
No.
There's
know.
what's that one that looks like a little square rectangle has a two little knots?
9 volts.
That's a 9 volt.
Oh,
So,
9 volt.
Why didn't
Okay.
that get a letter?
Yeah, this is...
I
It's
don't
like
know.
the-
And who makes these battery rules?
It's called Battery Plus or whatever. What's that store?
It's
Is this
right
those
here.
bas-
Plus.
It's right here at corner
Is it still
Gessner and Westheimer. It's still there. Batteries Plus. We should go ask
Do you think
them.
when they made that
What's up
business
with this?
model-
Here's why they don't use. Okay, so they say that you really don't see B batteries anymore because they were used primarily with devices that used vacuum tubes, which
Like Flobies?
we don't have vacuum
No,
tubes.
no,
like
no, it's
radios used to have things called vacuum
Oh, yeah,
tubes.
those tubes.
What was that?
They'd look like a
They're
big glass tube.
They light up.
Did?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Radios used to have a vacuum tube.
Yes.
My mind is
Yeah.
blown.
So now
Where
nothing
would they
really uses a
go?
vacuum tube, so they don't use B batteries anymore.
My dad still has a speaker for an old organ that uses vacuum tubes, which you can barely find anywhere anymore. So, when these go out, it's like, can't use that speaker anymore. It's the only way you can use it with
I have
the
a
organ.
vintage radio in my game room, and it has the vacuum tubes inside of it.
It's super
It doesn't
cool.
work anymore, but it
It
still
still looks
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, Sheila, now we all learned. B batteries.
Who
Just
knew?
curious.
It did exist.
I did not think when I woke up at 3:30
My
this
life
morning.
has
I'd
been
talk about-
enriched for this.
I talk about batteries.
Yeah, me neither. Had no idea. Okay, thank you, Sheila. That's your question for today. Now we go on to John Tell. Jontell. I'm going to assume I'm saying it right. John Tell. Hello?
Hi, it's John Tell. It's Jonteal.
John Tell.
John Tell. Welcome to the Roula and
What's your
Ryan
question?
Show for Dumb Question Amnesty. What you got?
Okay, I actually have two questions. So the first question is, I've been so curious about Becca Parker. I actually like her. I think she's so cool, though she only do the traffic. So the first question is, why don't y'all never have her play the rapid fire quiz when one of y'all are gone?
Like a mod or Mumbles steps in.
Yeah.
If one of us
She's
is
in the
gone.
helicopter. How are we supposed
She's in
to
the traffic center.
Busy with the traffic. We can't, she has such an important job.
And she has other stations.
Yeah. Plus, she does.
She has
does
other
stuff.
stations that sometimes she confuses with ours and sends it over.
Oh, okay, it makes sense. Okay, I was like, why does she never get to play it? Then my other question is she works in the early mornings. I listen to y'all all day.
Yeah.
And I was like,
don't let her
why
leave.
she never leave? When y'all leave, but she's there all day. I'm like, I know she'd be tired.
She is.
Yeah,
I guess
that
her
is,
work
John Tell, we've said that many
Split
times.
shift is
That is one
hard.
of the hardest shifts in radio. The person that does traffic, the first report's at 5:45 a.m., the last report is at 6:45 p.m.
They've been doing this since my whole life.
The dawn of radio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
since
listen,
before we got into
that's the
radio,
worst-
they were doing it.
Yeah.
The worst job in radio because you get to do two shifts.
She has a cot.
Okay.
It's
She's a cot.
An air
Back in the
mattress now.
closet.
They've upgraded to the air mattress.
it's a hard job.
That you can't leave and come back. Like Tiffany Terrell used to leave and come back. But I used to always ask Tiffany, how much can you actually get done?
Right.
Because you want to leave to go, let's say, have lunch and maybe run a couple errands. But then in your mind, you're thinking, gotta get back there by
I
3
always
o'clock.
wondered
How
if...
ironic would it be if she's late because she's stuck in traffic?
Oh, yeah, no kidding. I always wondered if it would be possible, if somebody, they're in the office all the time, if they actually just leased a place in the building and made a little mini apartment there.
Well, who wants to live where they work?
It's funny. I'm watching
we
this.
did that for 2
there's a
years
show
in
on
COVID.
Apple
People didn't like it.
called We
Yeah, I
Crashed.
know.
Jared, whatever his name is, Leto.
Leto, yeah.
Yeah.
And Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
and it's really good. I've only seen one episode.
What's it about?
Basically, he's just a sales guy, and he's got all these ideas. And he takes, like, say, our floor space here, and it's like a communal, like, he'll sell little pieces of it. So there's like 50 businesses in there, and you can play games together. It's more like a community. You can still work. You got your work bubble, your work area, but you can play ping pong with people. It makes it more like a community than just a workspace. And so that's what I've seen so far. In the movie, he's worth like billions of dollars and something. It's called We Crashed. So I assume
They crash.
they're going to lose all their money.
I mean, because it's like,
Especially after COVID and stuff, businesses.
If I'm the owner of a company, I don't want my employees playing games. I want them working.
But think about it, though. If you own a building and you have all this real estate and you can't get a company in there, but you can get this guy and he can get 50 small businesses. Like, say you had a small business on the side, you can't afford a big place in Manhattan, but you could afford a little,
small
8 by 8.
Plaza Americas. That's what it.
that's what
it
they do
has
Okay.
devolved.
Like when you get your
into.
haircut, Ryan.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different little shops.
they have,
within
like,
their shops.
They're like vendors. There's
Yeah.
one place, and they've all got their own little rooms.
Yeah, so
Well, it used to be called pop-up shops. Remember the Galleria? There were spaces. Like, you remember where Houston Life used to film, Kevin?
Yes.
Right before it gets to Nordstrom?
The one end.
That turned into like a pop-up space. So if you had
Toy
like an
store
Etsy
ones.
website where you made things, one day a month, you would rent out the space for 3 hours to sell your stuff. It was like pop-up shops for name brands you've never heard
Think
of.
about Spirit
Or brands you've never
Halloween
heard of.
costume shops. It's usually in a business that's going out of business, and they
Or rug companies, they because they need business. They can get the rent for like a third of the price.
Yeah.
And they're just happy to have a client in there for 3 months to make some money until they can find a client to use it for.
Because haven't you noticed every rug company is always going out of business?
Oh, yeah. It has been.
Last week.
And then they changed their name.
Last week, we're
And
going
they're
out of
still
business forever, closing doors
I get
forever.
that.
Yep.
Okay, so Maria has a question about something on the highway that I'm not sure if you guys have seen it because I'm not sure what she's talking about. Maria, hi. Welcome to Dumb Question Amnesty here on the Roula and Ryan Show. What's your question?
Sometimes I'm driving on the highway. Maybe a few times it's been on the feeder, but then there's this light red stain that goes like for maybe 10 feet or more. And I'm thinking maybe an animal got hit.
A what?
And that's the
She said, there's a red stain on the
Yeah.
highway all the time.
It looks
What
like
is
red
it?
paint, right?
I know exactly. I remember when this happened. It's right where I-10 and 610 meet. There was a big truck, and it spilled that paint, and it never came off. It's the paint that they use to actually
Is
put
that the area
markings
you're
on the
talking
road.
about?
Is it I-10 and 610 specifically, or you're saying all highways have some kind of a red stain?
on different highways. I drive on Beltway 8, I-10, you know.
Oh, I haven't seen it on different.
And do you see it like on the side, like the emergency lane, or you just see it in the middle of the highway?
In the middle of the highway.
Huh.
It's a red stain. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like paint.
Have y'all
Hopefully
ever
it's
seen
not
what
an
I'm talking
animal.
about, though?
If somebody knows 37530, you can answer Maria's question because we're not familiar
It could
with
be
that.
animals. If
I'm
there's
baffled.
so many
Well, I
colors.
mean,
But wouldn't that fade?
it would
quicker?
fade.
It would quick. It
A
would
paint,
fade much.
paint is paint.
Yeah, paint will stay on.
Which, by
much
the way, am I
longer.
correct, guys, that if you see an unfortunate situation where an animal got hit, you call 311 to get them to clean it up? Is that what that's for? Because I saw a
I just drive
possum.
by it.
Yeah, I saw a possum
Right.
where I had to close my eyes. I go, oh God, because the car was going like not my wheels didn't go over it. Somebody had already hit this thing. Like who knows how many hours before I got to this part. And so the wheels of your car, this animal was going under the car. Like so I had to just stay straight. So it's like, oh God, like oh no, like who do you call
here's
to
what you
clean
do.
that?
You submit a request to TxDOT, and you can actually call them directly at 713-802-5000.
So not 311 for potholes.
No, in Houston, you call TxDOT 713-802-5000.
And who's that guy or girl? I would like that person to
We're
call
gonna
us like your
dig
most
critter
odd job.
on 59
You're the critter cleaner out
Chimney
there.
Rock.
A lot of times where I grew up in a small town. The police now would call my buddies like deer and then
Yeah,
give
yeah,
it to
yeah.
them, and then they'd
Oh, yeah.
as long
Process
as
it.
it was not
Yeah.
if still in good
Ugh.
shape.
Operated.
Yeah,
Like the cleaner
possums are really bad
uppers-
right now. Rula, like
Yes, I've seen them
not that
everywhere.
they're bad, but I mean they're good for you.
But
good
they're
for your
usually very
area.
present.
Yeah, they're present right now. They must be
They kill rodents, right?
doing it right now.
Don't they eat mosquitoes?
That's what
or-
I thought. Mosquitoes.
I don't know,
They eat
man.
little bugs.
All I know is that
Yeah.
when that thing was, oh God. And then,
That's so
and then the next
traumatic.
morning, Eric, my niece told me that when she was going to school, they saw a smashed possum. The next morning, his little possum friend was talking to him like, "Are you up there, buddy?" Like she said it was so sad, but it was so odd because it's the same roadkill they saw the morning before at school. But now another possum was like looking at it. I was like,
So possums they eat insects, but they also eat birds,
gross.
fish, and rodents.
Okay, so they're good to have around.
We learn things new now. We're learning things new. We were talking about the Easy Tag situation on the freeway. Eric was saying, oh, well, if I get stuck in traffic, can I get a refund? And can those Easy Tags work everywhere? People on text were telling us Easy Tag will work through different states. Most states. And then this, Nancy wants to know, how do you pay it if you didn't have a tag? Or what's your question about the Easy Tag we can answer for you on Dumb Question Amnesty, Nancy?
Yeah.
What's your question about the Easy Tag?
Okay, where it says buy now and pay later.
Okay, like their slogan, sure.
Okay, and so those people, do they actually like get a bill?
Yes.
Or are
Well, the point is you're supposed to register your car with a sticker, like you bought the sticker now. That's what I'm assuming. Am I wrong, guys?
No. Like the way I have it set up with my Easy Tag, it just basically every month it'll debit my credit card.
No. What are you talking about?
Let me explain this.
Okay.
The sign says drive now, pay later. How that works is it scans your license plate and it sends a bill to the address associated with the license plate. And if you've gone through multiple times in, say, a week, then you get one bill for those 3 times that you've gone.
We had somebody do that on
Yes.
Revenge.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Stole the car and then just kept running.
Yeah, well, the guy was out for the weekend. She took the car all around on
Drove all
joyride
around.
for like
So if you go
2 days.
through it, they will charge you. They will mail it
Whoever's
to you
license.
the
They'll find
address.
you.
Yes.
How do they do the paper plate ones?
right?
Yeah.
But
I don't
the
know.
question is like, if you go through it and they send you, because you have the Easy Tag, they're going to get their money because they take it straight from your account.
Right.
Okay, yes.
Right.
But if you go through there and you don't pay your bill, do they like come get give you a
Yeah, they'll
ticket?
charge you.
I believe you will
There's
have
a late fee, isn't there?
a collections claim against you from the Harris County Toll Road Authority.
Does that stop you from getting like a driver's license? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you go in there and
I don't think they're...
you didn't pay.
private. I believe it's a private company now,
private
so I
company.
don't think they can.
That would have been clever to
do
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
Even though when they
like-
built it, they said that, it'll be paid off in a year or two, and then you'll never have to pay tolls again. But, 30 years later, we're still paying tolls.
People are
the same
saying
thing
get the
in Chicago.
Easy Tag app. It's very easy to understand it through the Easy Tag app. So
I'm thinking she just has a lot of these that she didn't pay for, and now she's wondering what's going to happen to her.
Now what?
Without
will
saying
the constable
what's gonna
actually pull you
happen.
over and take you? Is the question.
Do you guys
Get
ever feel
arrested.
pressure putting those stickers on?
Yeah,
Okay,
you want to get on
you
You
that.
gotta
hope-
make it straight.
hope it's
Make
straight.
it straight.
I gotta live with
It's
this thing
gonna
for a
drive me
year.
crazy.
Oh my God, listen to this. I just looked this up. So under Texas law, if somebody fails to pay their toll, they may be charged with a criminal misdemeanor for toll evasion. And if found guilty, the registered owner of the vehicle can face fines of up to $250 per unpaid toll, in addition to court administrative fees. So pay your tolls.
Pay it.
I just love the people that had the fake mannequin next to them.
I've
The
never
HOV
seen that in
lanes.
real
When I
life.
take
but I've seen it
HOV
in
lane, they
movies
put like a
plenty.
mannequin.
If they get caught, you have to feel like such an idiot. Like, yeah, that's a fake guy.
Who's
There's a
really going to
basketball
the
with a
trouble?
wig.
This isn't Jose Altuve. He got his
Who's going to
jersey
the
on.
trouble of actually going
Or you
online,
take the
ordering a mannequin, and having it
No, you
shipped
take
to
the
their house?
meteorologist cut out from the grocery store and you put it in the car.
This isn't, what's his name?
There's
Travis
Travis.
Herzog.
I don't know. This thief was running tolls, but the weatherman from Channel 13 was in the car with him.
You should have him dressed in a suit and ride with you, Roula, just to see if they pull you over.
Let's see what happens.
That's
Okay, we'll do
cardboard.
that on Try It Tuesday.
That's not Travis.
I'll try it. Let's see if I get arrested. Okay, I don't want that.